and kind of just wanted to go over Flask GET requests. This is more like a beginner kind of thing, so I just wanted to bring into some introduction stuff. Then we're going to start delving into more deeper stuff. So I'm going to be covering like Python and JavaScript stuff, as well as some other coding stuff. But yeah, just let me know in the comments what you want to see, and definitely like, share, and subscribe whenever you get the chance. All right, so let's just get started with Flask here. So first thing you definitely want to do, let's just open a terminal up right now. Let's do terminal. I already have my environment activated for me. Let's do pip install Flask. So this is the pip install command you need to get Flask, and you can download it on your computer. As you can see, I already have Flask in my Anaconda, so I already have it. But if you don't have pip, I think you just gotta go and do it through sudo. I'm not sure the exact command on that. But yeah, let's get started. So first thing you want to do is import Flask. So from Flask, import, and then whatever you import from Flask, those are going to be the classes within the module Flask. So Flask with a capital F is one of the Flask classes, which is what you declare to start your app. Then we have JSONify, which is what you use to create your JSON objects, as well as request. Perfect. So let's get started. So the first thing we want to do, we want to create a Flask application. So the first thing we want to do is we're going to set our variable app. We're just going to call it app in this case. You can call it whatever you'd like. Flask, which is the class that we're using right now. As you can see, Flask kind of tells you right here. There's a bunch of different stuff that you want to talk about right here, but we're just going to go really simple right now. We're just going to say Flask, and then we're going to declare its name. So this magic function, which is name, kind of just declares that basic name for us that we don't really need to have to say anything to. And when we go down, we'll kind of make our main method. That'll kind of pop up later, but we'll kind of describe that later. But this is the basic written code that you want to do to make your Flask application. And Flask is just a micro framework within the web, so we just want to make sure that we have something written. And this is kind of the best way to do it. It's a really simple code, and the micro framework makes it really easy to get started and get produce a high level, production level quality code. So let's kind of get started here. All right, so let's see. First thing we want to do within our app, we want to do app.route, and let's check this out here. The route has a rule and it has options. So our rule here, which is going to be the place that we start with, is the slash. So if you go to youtube.com, which is the video that you're watching here right now, so youtube.com/ and then something after it, right? So this something after it is a route declared to this specific video. So when they give you this specific video, they give you that ID, and that ID is logged with this specific video. See, that's kind of how these routes work, and that's the same thing here. You just have a backslash, so you don't have to go into anything deeper. So you can do _Shrey, you can do /video, you can do /Flask, anything. The backslash kind of like defines the point, and that's why that's what helps you have multiple app.routes. My apologies. You could make another one. We can call this Shrey, and yeah, we could just do a ton of that. So let's just start off with the basic ones right now. So we can have \, and then we'll get our methods. Methods is equal to get. So right now we just have a get method, but obviously later we'll get into the different HTTP requests. So we'll have post, put, whichever HTTP request you want to have. But obviously when we go on, we're going to need to declare, oh yeah, this one is get, this code is put, and this one's post, and things like that. All right, so let's just do this. So now let's start with the actual code behind it. So declaring the route of our app and check the correct position for the local host. All right. So that's kind of what this line does. Now let's get into our definition of our function. So we're going to define a function with no parameters. All right, so this is kind of just setting up the function that's going to occur when you go to this route on the local host. And this route is just a simple backslash. All right, so define function, and just go up. First thing we want to do in our function, we're going to set a variable. Let's just make this really simple. I just want to take one thing and take another thing, and then I'm gonna put them together as a sum and then return it. So let's just do that. So let's do a is equal to request.args And let's do first. Let's call that one first, and let's do b is equal to request.args, and let's do second. All right, so request.args actually returns a string, and what we want is an integer. So let's just cast this as an integer. All right, cast this and cast this. So now we have a and b both as integers, and request.args in the second and first, you'll kind of understand where that comes in, but basically it's just asking for two variables within your URI. And just to give a quick explanation for get is not as secure, and you don't want to send really important information through because it can just be parsed through your URI. The only place that you can send information in a GET request is through the URI, which is the thing in the top, like what you're looking at, youtube.com/something. That's your URI, and that's the thing that it sends it through. But obviously the server-side version. So a is equal to int this, b is equal to int this. Let's call it sum. I bet. Can't use syntax words, so let's go do this sum is equal to a plus b. And let's do return. Let's do return a dictionary. Oops. We're going to return a dictionary, which is a JSON objects sum. And then we're going to do this sum. Okay. So yeah, that should return that. And it'll just, right now, I just want to return a JSON object just to make it easier to parse and everything. And yeah, this sum is just equal to a and b, so it's just going to add them two together and put them here. And then we got to make sure we always have a return statement for these functions under the route, otherwise it's not going to do anything. So we got to make sure we return it. And then finally, let me just add these explanations. Ask for in the URI, add the variable values together. And then finally, return the variable values as a JSON object in Flask. Now we could have done the same thing with just done JSONify. Sum, and then this sum. Basically could have done that too, but I was actually giving me an error. Okay, we could just do JSONify this could have just JSONify this, and then that would have returned as well. But we just want to make it into our own JSON object. So let's do sum, and then this sum. Okay, so that returns that, and now let's get started with running or having something run the code. So our main method in Python, and obviously if you didn't realize already, you need pretty basic understanding of Python to kind of understand how this works. So if name is equal to, underscores there, these are all magic functions. So we got to make sure that our name, which is right here, is equal to the main method that starts the main method. We want to do app.run. App right here is declared, and also here. And then app.run support is equal to 5,000. We're just going to use 5,000 because you can really use any type of thousands numbers. You could use 4,000, 4001, 8030, whatever floats your boat. So 5,000 right here. And then let's do debug is equal to true. So now we have debug is equal to true. We got to make sure we have our debugger on. So, debugs our errors and starts parsing through them anyway. So now we have our entire code written. Now let me get into what we need to see. So cd into my desktop. This should be saved onto my desktop as well. Yes, it is. And then let's do Python. Oh, right. Have to save it. Always remember to save on VS Code. It gets really annoying when you forget to save and think your code doesn't work. Flask get .py. Alright, so now we have our Flask server running, so let's just open this up. Okay, so the first thing that we look at is we get a bad request key error. And I don't know if you remember, but we asked for two variables in the request.arg. So we wanted two arguments to the URI. And obviously you can see we got none. And I'll explain how you can input some arguments in the URI right now. So just to avoid this bad request key error, we're gonna do slash. So slash is for our first is our input. We're gonna do question mark. First is equal to 2 and second is equal to 3. So for the first variable, when you're starting off to declare your variables, you have to have this question mark, and then every single variable after that, you just have to have an ampersand. So question mark first is equal to 2, and then second is equal to 3. And if you wanted to do third, but we haven't declared a third here, you can just do right here, and third is equal to whatever. But right now we're just doing second and third. So let's enter this, and that should give us 5. So perfect. Right now we have JSON object where sum is 5, and now we can do addition through a server. So yeah, that kind of wraps up what we're going through today. I just want to, I hope this was easy. It's just a beginner level stuff. We want to get into GET requests. Over the course of the time, I'm just going to go through Python, JavaScript, a bunch of different modules and libraries. It's two of my favorite languages. Sometimes I'll go over some Java, but that's kind of like the beginning stuff. I just want to start with something easy and simple so that, you know, easy viewers can have a nice time doing this. So I hope this is helpful. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe, and definitely hit up my email, janeshreyp@gmail.com. If you need any type of help or you want some advanced stuff, I can definitely help you out there, but more videos are definitely soon to come. Thank you so much and have a nice day.